Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, I am your host, Josh Lilquist. Today, we're going to do a stock market update as stocks slide on higher bond yields, and that's according to Bar Chart. So that was the news for the day, but it's kind of interesting how stocks slide, but yet after the open, they gap lower and go straight up from there. So that being said, news is just news, and it's always about the clues. So we'll do a stock market update. We'll look at our crypto market, since that has been a hot topic, especially with Bitcoin. Also, it kind of range bound as well after the rise back up to over 70, almost 72,000 again. We'll do our currency update with the dollar continuing that slow uptrend over the past couple of weeks here, and after the drop it had from the middle of April. We'll look at our stocks. We got Nvidia, or Turtle Beach is up big today, and yesterday I believe we're not going to really talk much about GameStop, but because that's just a gamble, but that was up big yesterday as well, but a drop here today. So that being said, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment and boy, I had this tough challenge about 3 weeks ago. Entertainment purposes only, mainly mine, but hopefully you find it entertaining as well. So let's start with our S&P 500. So today is the 29th, and it's about 10:28 Central Time Zone. Market is open and is down about 0.61%. And we're looking at the SPY. We're looking at the ETF for the S&P 500, traded just like a stock. I just like to look at that since it's a tradable thing for most people. Currently at 526.61, still range bound for the past since the 15th. So the past second half of the month of May, it is range bound after we did see all-time highs back on the 23rd of May. So that is your S&P 500. I don't really see a whole lot of supply, or obviously no supply, but no demand anywhere near current price. There's none of my indicators that tell. By the way, indicators, I don't use them as trading indicators. Is more of a where are you at, where could you be in the future, and then I go look at supply and demand to see what the real price is doing. I don't see nothing like that in the picture of the S&P 500. So that's your S&P 500 update. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, this one was down a little bit bigger, but it's down about almost 1%, so about 0.92% to the downside. Currently at 384.98, gapping down bigly, and doesn't have as much of an increase as the S&P 500 did. But that being said, we are seeing a drop on the Dow Jones from the 15th of May, down about almost 4%, 3.92 to be exact. So that one is struggling a little bit. Going to the NASDAQ, which is the Qs, looks very similar to the S&P 500, but I would say is slightly stronger than the S&P 500. Currently at 457.40, down about 0.5% on the day, but gap down big time and then really shot straight up from there. So they look similar today. The Dow Jones looks a lot different. The Dow Jones looks very similar to the Russell, which is the IWM, currently at 202.53, down about 1.3% on the day. We did see a drop right out of the gate, out of the open, and right now it's currently at the opening price, but it was actually gapped down that 1.3% on the day as markets opened up here today. So that's your major market update. Nothing really to talk about with those. They just keep chugging along to the upside, but we are kind of at a standstill with these major markets as we speak. Other notable ETFs, we got XLE, which is your energy sector, is down almost 2%, 1.74 to be exact, at about $90.70 per share. I am going to look at a potential area down at the 84.5 to 82. Let's see if there's anything there. I do have something telling me that it could be an area of demand, but let's go back there and look on the 4-hour chart. 84.5 to 82, and it doesn't really show much. So nothing really there to talk about. That being said, there might be some premium on there. I don't know what the volatility looks like, but we are low on the percent Bollinger Band, which suggests that we could snap back to the upside for a little bit. So that is your XLE. Industrials, that one's down up 1.06%. Gaps down. Looks very similar to the Dow Jones, actually. XME, mining and metals and mining is down 1.17. XLB, which is your materials, is down 1.02, and then utilities is down 1.48%. Esports is your ETF for gaming. I do like that one. That one really has been performing for the whole month, actually, right off of that demand zone back in October 2022, almost doubling in price, about 70% rate of return as it went up from there. Let's check here. Yeah, 69%, not too bad off my educated guess. USO, so USO had a big increase in price the other day on Tuesday. And we're seeing that retrace a little bit as market opened up right at the close and is down on the day 0.86%. Your volatility index is up 9% on the day. So the volatility is increasing. Very interesting how that is increasing after it had been dropping for quite some time. But that's actually going to bring hopefully some volatility and some premium to option sellers. Looking at the crude oil price, the actual oil price is at $79.50. As I mentioned, we had a big increase yesterday and then dropping as we're seeing today. 10-year bond down big, 1%. That's a big drop actually today. And as a matter of fact, over the course of the past quite some time, that's down pretty big. Okay, gold and silver. I want to look at those. Gold currently at $2,338.50, off those highs of about $24.40 or so, $24.50. So that one's coming down a little bit, but still very strong. Silver, $32.01. I do like that. It might be time to get rid of some of that physical silver that I have. I just had it for quite some time, and it's got a pretty good return on that. So it might be time to get rid of that. It is near those highs of $32. When's the last time it's been up there? 2013. Interesting. So silver performing very well over the course of really 2024. Up bigly from there. So that's your gold and silver update. Corn, since I am planting crops, corn is up from the end of February, so it is up a little bit. Looks like about 16%. So corn is seeing a little bit of increase in price after the big drop it's had it did drop, probably 80%. So now 50% from 22 to 24. So is that the bottom? Who knows? We will find out. All right, let's get into our crypto update. So we got cryptocurrency with Bitcoin reaching highs of around 73,000, almost 73,500 in April. Actually, in March it was, and getting close to that in April as well. But hovering around the $70,000 mark per Bitcoin. I remember it was $7,000 when I first really understood what it was. Unfortunately, that was a trade that I did not take because I did not know how to get into it. But I was able to get into a lot of Ethereum at that same time, which was down around $200. That's at $33,760 per coin, token, whatever you want to call it. HNT has been struggling, $4.11. The same thing with Mobile. It's sad on my part because I've been mining that for a long time. I do want to see that continue to the upside, but we are struggling as of right now. Solana, kind of range bound as well. And Polkadot. I've had a lot of Polkadot in the past, down to $7.25. So that's your cryptocurrency market update. The Dollar, as I mentioned in the beginning, it has been on that uptrend from really the end of end of December, and we're slightly creeping back up to the upside, big time. Right as we speak right now, last 4 hours has seen a big spike in that. It's actually up 0.4, almost a 0.5% on the day. So current opportunities: the Aussie dollar versus the dollar short, coming off that 66.75 area, looking to take that down to 65 even. And then the Aussie yen long, almost to our target, very, very close to the target, but dropping about 50 pips from there. Looking to take that up to 105 even from the 102.50 mark. Sorry, 103.02 or 103.24 mark, 25. So that's our couple different bias that we have there. New Zealand yen on a current long bias. Missed the opportunity, but hopefully comes back down there to get it back in there. Pound dollar does have a short bias and is currently dropping at the point, but looking to have an opportunity here once it gets below 26.75. And rounding out those, a euro dollar, same thing, short. Did not get up to our entry at 109.25. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens once it gets down to the 106.75 mark. See what the opportunity is there. So that's your currency, your forex market, foreign exchange. All right, let's look at our stocks now. I did mention Turtle Beach up about 4.61% on the day. That will always have a special place in my heart. That was a great investment back in 2019. No, 2020 it was. Down in the single digits, low single digits, and going up to the $36 mark. So a great opportunity with Turtle Beach. But then again, it's been dropping ever since, starting an uptrend again. So we'll see if they can get back up to that $30 mark again here in the next 1 to 2 years. Apple, up 0.71%. Whoop-de-doo. It's been sideways for a long time. Don't even want to talk about that one. Pretty boring. Everybody's talking about NVIDIA, currently at $1,138 per share, down, actually about flat on the day. Near all-time highs, though, still up there. Meta, Facebook, 476.81, down 0.65%. And let's see if there's any major movers on the day. American Airlines down 14%. I believe they had earnings. No, they had something yesterday. What was that? There was something happened yesterday. Let's see what the news has to say. American Airlines news. Jefferies downgrades them. That was a couple hours ago. American Airlines down 12%. Largest percent decrease since 2020. Got to find yesterday's news. There was something yesterday I thought I saw that was the reason, or quote-unquote reason. American Airlines cut second quarter profits. Yeah, they cut their Q2. They adjusted earnings guidance. So that being said, American Airlines not looking too good today, but there was a couple opportunities yesterday I wanted to look at, and I want to say one of them was, Dick's Sporting Goods up big time today. Great earnings report for Dick's. Way to go, Dick's Sporting Goods. Up 16%, up to $227.56. Current options on AFRM. Hopefully that expires here in a couple weeks. No lower than $26. Currently at $29. So we'll see what happens with that. Which was it? No, it wasn't that one. Oh, it was Disney? So Disney has been dropping for a while. I want to see what their volatility is. I do like a little demand zone down at about $97 per share, around there. Ultimately, a little bit lower would be better, but there is an opportunity there. So that might be some opportunities. I might have to look at the premium on that, see if it offers anything. And rounding out your stocks with TKO, just because I like TKO and WWE. Currently back up to 108.90, so increasing. It did see a big drop after the whole Vince McMahon debacle, and now that is all coming out to be a hoax or false information the way it looks, because a lot of the stuff sounds like it was made up. We don't know that, but nothing's ever true. You just go by what you hear and make your own decision on that. That's just the way the world is these days. Everybody's a liar. Nobody tells the truth. Get your own decision, get your own data, and then make your own decision on that. But really, who cares? Out of sight, out of mind. It's not my problem, which nor should be yours. All right, that is your stock market update of the day. Crypto market, foreign exchange market, and futures market update of today, the 29th of May. And we appreciate our followers and subscribers on the podcast. For some of you are listening on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We have a bunch of different podcast sites. We do have a lot of listeners creeping up on our Spreaker site. That's where the podcast is hosted from, Spreaker. Only downfall, I believe you have to have the app to be able to listen to the show there. But it really does help the algorithms. We do appreciate our followers and subscribers. And we'll continue to make an update. Tomorrow we'll have the hour-long show coming up here pretty soon as well. And I'm going to be doing a couple extra talks in here as well moving forward. So I'll see what happens here coming up moving forward as far as adding some of those in there just to give some more insight on the markets. So as always, collect your profits when they're given to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.